hang on. Sorry, my microphone wasn't on. I can do that again. Hello, good morning. And welcome back to FPL Mate. How are you guys doing? Game week 17 deadline is under an hour away, and we are deadline streaming once again. Yes, we are. 2 transfers for me. I've made one already. I'm going to make the other one live on stream right now. And yeah, looking forward to this week. I feel well set up. I feel good. Green arrows seem to be coming my way pretty continuously at the moment, which is really, really nice. And yeah, I'm trusting the process. You know, when you're just playing FPL with confidence and everything seems to be going right, and you're making those decisions that maybe you would be a little more fearful of if you were on red arrows, for example. I really like that feeling. I really like playing FPL with confidence. I wish I could do it more when things weren't going my way so much. But maybe some learnings to be taken away from that. So anyway, where are we? We are... hang on. Right, my team. Where are you? There we are. That's my team. We're going to do bench list as well, of course, today, as we often do. Let's just shrink this down, get this to the right size. You can tell I'm a little unprepared this morning. I only woke up about 45 minutes ago. I can't lie to you guys. That is just the way things are. Mornings are just not my thing, man. They're really not. But we move. So I've already made one transfer. I have removed Aitnori and I've replaced him with Timothy Castagne. And this is a transfer I really love, by the way, guys. Really, really happy with this one. I think it's quite rare that you do get these insane bargain opportunities, and I feel like we've really done that this week. We'll speak about a little bit about Castagne in 1 second, but we have got a super chat here first of all from Michael Tan, who says, "Hi, hey Dan, love your work and Merry Christmas." Thank you very much, my friend. Can we kick things off with whether you play Kirkes away at Man U or Young at home to Chelsea? Well, Merry Christmas to you, Michael, as well. Just a few days away. More importantly, it's my birthday in 1 week's time, so forget about Christmas. It's almost Merry Birthday to me. 1 more week. Would I play Kirkes at Man U or Young at home to Chelsea? I think I would play Kirkes personally. That's probably what I would do. I think I just have a little more faith in Man United being bad than Chelsea being good. Chelsea just at the moment are like, they're just the best attack in the league. They really feel like they are the best attack in the league, and therefore I just find it really difficult to play defenders against them. Kirkes, of course, has a decent amount of attacking potential. And I think Bournemouth are just a team capable of getting the occasional result. So don't get me wrong, both Kirkes and Young, neither of them are ideal players for this game week. But I think I would prefer to play Kirkes. There's not a huge amount in it, but yeah, it is a decision I think I would make personally. But anyway, I want to talk about Castagne. I want to talk about this guy, man. I'm excited. I'm really excited about this pick. 4.2 million, Fulham defender, hasn't really got much of a chance so far this season. But that said, very high praise from Marco Silva, not for the first time this season. Silva has credited Castagne for his professionalism and has basically said he's been unfortunate, really, to not play, and it has been due to the great form of Kenny Tete. And Kenny Tete has just been really good this season, and Castagne, coming a little back later for pre-season this year, has kind of limited his opportunities. And now Kenny Tete is going to be injured for 8 to 10 weeks, and then after that there's going to be some recovery time apparently, so we could be looking at 3 months of no Tete, which would take us to, what's today's date, 21st of December. That would take us 3 months, would be 21st of January, February, March. Have I got that right? Am I waffling? So basically he's good until game week 30. I think you'd probably be looking to sell around game week 28 anyway, to be honest. But certainly up till game week 27, we've got a really nice period of fixtures. Many fixtures you can play him in. Southampton here, at home, Bournemouth at home in 19, Ipswich, West Ham, Leicester in there as well, Forest at home, Palace at home, Wolves away. You can play him in all of these game weeks. So there's loads of opportunities for him, and indeed Robinson as well. Quick break. Jake Brown in the super chat says bench Rodgers, Evan Nilsson or Enzo. I think I would bench Rodgers. Tentatively, I would bench Rodgers. Just because of form, I suppose. Evan Nilsson, Man United have not been great defensively, and Enzo's just in really, really hot form at the moment, so I like the look of him. So I would bench Rodgers, but that is a tough one, I understand that. But moving back to Castagne, because again, I'm excited. So here's the other thing. So Castagne, his minutes are now secure. He's been name-checked. He is, Marco Silva has literally said, yeah, Tete is injured, but it's fine. We have Castagne. Castagne will play. So we've got the confirmation from the manager that Castagne will play. Can't do too much better than that. Fawaz says in the chat, says it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Fawaz. Similar birthday to me. 1 week off. So yes, that is the fixtures. That is the nailedness. So this is all new stuff, which is very nice. Then, what I want to do is I want to take you guys over to... Hang on, let's just expand this a little. I want to take you guys over to Fulham and their defenders, really. So, Fulham... Actually, no, we don't even need to go on Fulham. We just go all defenders. So I'm going to have a look at defenders. All defenders in the game. And then we're going to order them by shots. First is Pedro Porro. Second is Josko Gvardiol. And third is Kenny Tete. Hasn't scored this season, but 18 shots, 13 in the box. Really a significant volume of shots. The third most shots of any defender. Unfortunately, Tete is not a very good finisher and has only placed 2 on target. But what this shows is tactically and positionally, the right back in the Fulham system is a player who will get plenty of shots. And this is a guy who has taken more shots than Munoz, more shots than Aït-Nouri, more shots than many, many other players that you might consider regular shooting defenders. So, Munoz is going to be replaced with Castagne. Castagne is now going to be in that position to take plenty of shots, which is something that I'm very, very keen to explore. Another interesting thing is that actually let's go to give a quick shout out to FPL Meerkat here, because I did see this on his Twitter page initially, and he does these matchups. Where are we? I'll try and find the tweet for you guys. So he does these matchups where you can see where players, where teams are conceding the most shots from. And if we look at the Southampton image here, hopefully you guys can see this okay. You can see a real nice pocket of shots being taken on that left-hand side of the defense, right-hand side of the attack. So Castagne is going to be very much in these kind of areas. You see where there's kind of a cluster of shots on the right-hand side, just inside the box there. This is where Castagne is going to be lining up. This is where he's going to be taking up a lot of positions. And this is where Southampton actually concede a lot of goals. So Castagne is actually probably good to take a couple of shots in this game. And a couple of shots for a defender in a game is absolutely brilliant. So that's going to be really, really useful to have Castagne in those areas, taking shots. Hopefully, one of them might find the back of the net. Of course, Robinson has got a good chance of being the creator from that left-hand side, whipping the balls over to that right side of the pitch. However, Castagne is going to be on the end of them. So, for the price difference and the more exciting, higher upside, having that goal potential, far more goal potential than Robinson, I really do like Castagne. So that's why he's in my team. 4.2 million, absolute bargain. What an insane FPL asset. Really do enjoy him. I really do enjoy him. If there's any other questions around why I've gone for Castagne, please feel free to leave them in the chat. Meanwhile, I'm going to make my other transfer. and I'm going to go for David Raya. I think I need to do this. This is something that I've really needed to think about. Really need to think about getting that double Arsenal defence, because they are just the best defence in the Premier League. If we look at the teams, go for defensive, ordered by non-penalty XGA. And Liverpool, they have played one game less, so they're slightly ahead of Arsenal. But if we tighten it to per appearance, and that's total net appearance, so we'll have to go on XGC. Arsenal are top, and if we tighten it to last 10 game weeks to get a better idea of defensive form, Arsenal are way out ahead. Way better than any other defence in the Premier League. So it's a no-brainer to go for Arsenal defenders right now. Another interesting thing I saw is that the projected goals in clean sheet odds have shifted a little bit. Arsenal are now up to 44% due to that injury to Eberechi Eze. And because of that, Arsenal have by far the best clean sheet odds. So for this game week, and honestly, I just want more Arsenal. I'm fed up of hoping Arsenal concede because I only have one defender from them. So Raya's coming in. Verbruggen, he's been pretty bad for me. Going to confirm that. Verbruggen out, Raya in. Going to confirm that now. And that's my team. No hits taken. I have used both of my free transfers, but I'm happy with that. I think the team is looking really, really strong now. What do you guys think? Pretty nice. Pretty darn nice. I think there's maybe if I had unlimited transfers, there's only a few changes I would make in the starting 11 anyway. I'd maybe switch Enzo to Ahmad in my starting 11, but outside of that, this is exactly what I want. But Enzo and Ahmad, there's nothing in it. There's not very much between the two players, so it's not a huge drop off. Sim's in the chat. Hey, finally got rid of Verbruggen. I'm going to roll with Aït-Nouri on my bench. Sim, are you not thinking about Castagne? Because you're having to play Mykolenko, right? Join me on Castagne. Join me. And our teams can become even more similar as they do every week. But yeah, double Arsenal defence locked in. Castagne and Hull with the good fixtures this week, which is nice. Enzo, Salah, Saka, Palmer midfield. Isak, João Pedro, Jackson up front. Beautiful stuff. And then what I think we're going to do is swap Digne to Munoz either next week or the game after. And that will pretty much complete my team in many ways. My team is it's just exactly where I want it to be. Or like 99% where I want it to be, which is just such a nice position to be in. Really happy. Really, really keen. Right, let's get to some questions in the chat. Right. Sim says, I did, yes, but I would have Castagne next game week against Chelsea when Mykolenko is doing the same thing this week. I don't want to lock myself into the move just yet. Fair enough. Fair enough. People asking if Cunha will play. As of right now, at time of streaming, yes, Cunha will play. But you never know. The ban hammer may come in at 1 p.m. and there's nothing we can do about it. But if I had Cunha, and we will be placing Cunha on the bench list today, if I had Cunha, I would play him and I wouldn't sell him. I'm actually a little bit nervous as a non-Cunha owner. So I think for the time being, we'll see if anything changes in the next 45 minutes. But I think Cunha is fine. I would keep Cunha. Vic says, hi Dan, sell Wissa for Jackson. I would think about it if you have the transfer. Pot Noodles, one of my favourite snacks, says Bruno or Ahmad. I would start Bruno over Ahmad. Don't get me wrong, Ahmad is a brilliant cheap asset, but Bruno is always going to be superior, I think. Craig says, morning Dan, short stow. What does short stow mean? I don't know. Fawaz says, will Cunha start? We kind of already answered that one, but as of right now, yes. Yes. Prescrit says, how about Gakpo next week against Leicester after Cunha out for a punt? I think the problem is with Gakpo is now that Diogo Jota is back, that does throw Gakpo's minutes into question a little bit for me, so I wouldn't personally be going there. Ryan says, hey Dan, I more or less have the same team as you. Do you think it's a good idea to put Rodgers in for Enzo as City have been conceding? It's definitely something to consider. I don't think I'm going to do it, but yeah, you can definitely consider it. It wouldn't be the craziest thing to do. Samuel says, your team has changed again. Yes, Samuel, that is the nature of FPL with the transfers we get each week. You can change your team each week, and that is exactly what I've done. Particularly with that Castagne news. That Castagne news from yesterday, or really the Tete news, I think, I wouldn't say it forced me into a transfer, but it convinced me to make a transfer. I've been charmed. Castagne has charmed me. I feel very charmed. Craig says, morning Dan, fly by visit today on my birthday. Happy birthday, Craig. Went for Van Dijk as a punt and it failed. Is it worth moving him on or stick with a punt for another week? I don't think you'll get too much joy from Van Dijk this week, Craig, but in future game weeks, I think he will serve you much nicer. After Spurs, Liverpool do face Leicester, West Ham, Man United, Forest. I think there's 2 clean sheets in there, which is nice. And one other note on Van Dijk is that Spurs do have a weakness from set pieces. So someone like Van Dijk, who is an aerial threat from those set pieces, always has a chance of a goal. I've got Gabriel, and a lot of people will be looking to bench Gabriel against Spurs, for example. But I'm actually quite keen to see what Gabriel can produce from those set pieces against Spurs. So, these kind of things are definitely worth taking into consideration. Generally, we don't like defenders against Spurs, but centre-backs could be a slightly different story, particularly when they play for one of the stronger teams. Veer says replacements for Ait-Nouri and Brennan Johnson, 2 free transfers. So Ait-Nouri, my replacement would be Castagne. For Brennan Johnson, my replacement would be Ahmad. So Castagne and Ahmad in, and that could be really, really nice for just freeing up a little bit of budget for future transfer moves, which you might appreciate. So I would downgrade Ait-Nouri to Castagne, Brennan Johnson down to Ahmad, and you will be cash rich, which is a nice place to be. And I've got a little bit of money in the bank myself, I think. I've got 1.6 in the bank for me. So it is nice to have that money in the bank. Gives you a little bit of flexibility for moves going forward. I'm eyeing up like maybe an Eze or maybe a Liverpool defender at some point in the near future, or Ismail Assar, or looking how I can improve João Pedro if things keep going badly there. So there's plenty of options if you have money in the bank, and I definitely think there's something to be said there. There's a lot of great bargain players at the moment that allow you to do these kind of things. Thomas says Haaland to Isak and Burmo to Saka, Dina to Gabriel, and Winks to Ahmad. 4 free transfers. Crazy. Shall I go ahead or just trust Haaland, have Salah and Palmer? I mean, I can't lie. I do like those transfers, Thomas. If you think you'll play all of them, you're gonna play Gabriel, you're gonna play Ahmad. I think overall you'll be up on those transfers. But like if you were gonna bench Winks and Digne anyway, and actually you have pretty decent cover for these players, then maybe not so much. But I do like those transfer moves a lot, Thomas. I really, really do. Salah or Palmer, is it a coin flip? In my opinion, no. I'm pretty secure on Salah. But let's do a poll. Who is your... Oh, no, we'll put who is the best Gameweek 17 captain. And we're going to put Salah, Palmer. I'm going to put Isak in here. I'll put other. I can't see too many others this week. It has to be said. See what you guys say. And whilst we're doing that, should we do a bench list? You guys are calling out for the bench list. No problem. Is the bench list just like the... Is it like the... I don't know, is it the star of the show on these deadline streams? Sometimes it feels like it is. Right, just setting the bench list up quickly for you guys. Let's get going. First of all, we have got a super chat You know what, Nathan? You've come in at the perfect time, my friend. You've come in at the perfect time because you are asking a bench-related questions, and I think we can add all of your bench players there. So, we've got Strand Larson. We've got Joao Pedro. Who would I play out, Strand Larson and Joao Pedro? It'd be tight, I think, between those two. And then Enzo and then Rodgers. So that's all of your players. So Rodgers is the guy you would bench, Nathan, by that logic. Carl here says, Concer to Castagne, Semenyo... Oh, wait, sorry. Concer to Castagne, Semenyo to Ahmad, or both for a -4. I'm not sure I would do both. I think I would do the Concer to Castagne move and try Semenyo against Man United. Man United do concede goals. So you have got a chance there. You know, if you look at like Ahmad versus Semenyo, Bournemouth are the better defence than Manchester United. So if it wasn't for Ahmad's amazing form, you might actually back Semenyo as a good chance of a goal this week. To Gaming Panda here with another super chat. Do I downgrade Trent next week to upgrade Archer, who's on my bench, to someone like Højlund? No. Who I like as a punt, even though Trent has good fixtures. No, Trent is a player I'd very much want from next week. I'd be more tempted to sell him this week, but because of the bad fixture against Spurs. But really, I would want Trent long term. So no, I would not do that personally. I would hold Trent in my team. And Samay says, I have Captain Isak. Well, you are among 9% of people in the chat who are captaining Isak. So there's a few of you out there. Gaston says, you really rather play triple Chelsea instead of Rodgers for Enzo. City are weak. They are. And I definitely appreciate Rodgers as a pick. But I don't know, man. It's Enzo's been in really good form and Rodgers hasn't really. And I think form over fixture has to come into play here. I like an attacker in good form. That's really important to me. I'd back an attacker in good form against near enough any opposition. Right, let's add some more players to the bench list, guys. Vicky says Robinson or Castagne. My answer is Castagne. We went over that earlier on in the stream. Feel free to scroll back in the stream where I speak about Castagne at the beginning, if you want to hear the full breakdown there. So, right, Ahmad. So, Ahmad I would play above Enzo. I don't think I'd play him above Joao Pedro against West Ham, though. Raul Jimenez, I would play... Would I play him above Cunha? No. So Raul Jimenez goes in here, I think. Bowen and Iwobi. Bowen's pretty high, I think. We can put him here, maybe. Iwobi is pretty decent as well. I know a lot of people have been picking him up. I prefer him to Ahmad, just about, but not much in it. Samay says, I have been in the top 50k from week 1 and our teams have always been different, but now our teams are nearly identical. Well, that just shows how poor my start of the season was, really. But we seem to be doing well at the moment, don't we? With these teams. Really, really well indeed. Right, Chris Wood. So, Chris Wood this week is up against Brentford, which is usually a good fixture, but it is away from home. I would place him here. Sell Enzo for Ahmad? No, I definitely wouldn't do that. Enzo is still good, man. I know everyone just wants the new shiny toy for the new week, but Enzo has done nothing to suggest a transfer out. Jackson. Okay, Jackson you play. I'm going to put him above Raul. I think Jackson, he's in too good form. You just play him every week. Semenyo, where do I place him? I place Semenyo here. If I'm totally honest, Semenyo would be here. We've not got many defenders here. Should we throw some defenders in? I think we should. Could arguably do a different list. I might actually change this and do like a different side for defenders and attackers. Could maybe even change this section to defenders. Is it worth doing that? Should we change this section to defenders? Don't know why I never thought of that. Well, it doesn't really work in that color. Let's add a... Hang on, guys. Let's add a border. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to add a border to the text, so it's more clear. Outline. Maybe a white outline or black outline. Don't know what's clearer. That's reasonably clear. Something like that. That looks nice. Cool. All right. Well, I might change it back to goalkeepers, but in the future. But for now, let's do defenders here. So Hall. Well, actually, no, I'll just go through all of the popular defenders here. I think that's pretty easy. So Gabriel would be at the top. Someone like Timber would be second. Hall and would be there. Robinson, Castagne would be here, and then honestly, we've got players like, I don't know. We've got plenty of other defenders. What other defenders do you have? Trent. I still think you back Trent above the cheap guys. Maybe not so much of Van Dijk. Well, actually, he's called Virgil in game, isn't he? I think I would put him just below these guys. And then you'd have players like Gvardiol and probably put Colwill here as well for the clean sheet. You'd have players like Aina down here. Kirkes would go probably just above Aina. Who else? Who else we got? Dino would go at the bottom. Van Hecker. Pretty low. Rico Lewis. Yeah, Rico Lewis would not go super high here either, to be honest. I would maybe put him here. Milenkovic. I'll put Milenkovic next to Aina. I'll put Konsa next to Dina. Oh, sorry. Mikalenko would go at the bottom. We'll put Young there as well next to him. And is that enough? Is there anyone else? Any other big defenders a lot you guys have? Wan-Bissaka and Emerson and Van Hecker. Okay, we'll do those as well. So, Wan-Bissaka against Brighton. Don't think I'd be super keen. Let's go. I think maybe above Kirkes. And then Van Hecker. Van Hecker and Donk are, you know, basically the same thing. So they can go here. Okay. Masraoui is the last player. Masraoui I would place... Now he's playing as a centre-back. And he's not even guaranteed minutes. He's a little riskier than some of these other guys. Let's place him. Mazraoui. Okay, against Bournemouth. So let me have a look at the clean sheet odds here. I need some help on this one. So Man United have a 28% chance of a clean sheet. That is one of the better ones. So that would probably place him above Kerkers. Struggling here a little bit, guys. I can't lie. Okay, let's just go Mazraoui here. He's not going to be breaking into the top picks. Let's put it that way. But he will be some of these lower ones. Right, is that pretty much all defenders? Pedro Porro is probably going to go at the bottom of this list. Problem is, the defenders list is longer than the attackers list here, really. I haven't thought about this very well. Maybe it should be the attackers who are on the left-hand side. People want more. Davis. Is this even readable anymore? I think if I add too many more players, it's not going to be readable. So we'll have one more player. If you have a defender who is not listed, shout them out now. And hopefully we can figure it out. So let me know if there's any other defenders. And if there's a popular one that a lot of you guys seem to have, we'll add them to the defenders tier list. But I really can't add too many more. So Dalot and Porro. Well, Dalot is like next to Mazraoui, so that's pretty easy. Same defence. Calafiori counts as an Arsenal defender. Joe Gomez is like right at the bottom of this, as is Pedro Porro, but I guess you... Gomez? Yeah, we'll just put a bunch of players at the bottom. Oh, I don't know if you can read this. This is small text. This is very small text. All right, we'll put Gomez, Porro, Munoz is injured. Right, there we go. Right, let's try and increase the size here because, as always, we've put too many players on the bench list, and because I bottle it to you guys asking for more players, and now nobody can read it. Doing a couple of little minor modifications. Right, that'll do. Dan Cross, let me just get my magnifying glass to read that. It's not great, is it? It's my own fault. I always bottle it. People say, "Oh no, can you just add one more for little old me? Oh, just one more little defender for little old me." And I'm like, yeah, fine. Guya wants goalkeepers. It ain't happening, my friend. The defenders have replaced the goalkeepers this week, and I've run out of room. But we can move on to the attackers, which is nice. A lot of the players you are saying, by the way, for defenders are already on the list. So check it twice. Use your googly mooglies. Right, so Duran, nah, he's not going on there. Evan Nilsson, I've seen a few people ask about Evan Nilsson today, so let's throw him on here. I would put him below. Maybe here. Sid Vicious says Castagne for Aït-Nouri and bench Gavardio or roll. I would be okay with playing Gavardio, I think, to be fair. I don't think you need to make that transfer move, but if you are very keen on Castagne, then go for it. But I'd be fine. I'd be fine to play Gavardio this week. It wouldn't be the end of the world. You can see on the bench list, he's around the middle, so he's like not one of the worst picks. Right, Wissa. Wissa can definitely go on here. I know a lot of people. He went up in price, didn't he, last night? So people are still very keen on him. However, against Forest, it's not the easiest fixture. And I think I would prefer a lot of these other forwards. I would maybe put Wissa here. Brad says, can you show me your final team, please? Why, Brad? Why? I mean, I will. But Brad, I'd really, really like to know why. I'm always curious. The show team gang are a curious bunch. And I want to understand them. So Brad, as soon as you tell me why, I will show you my team. By the way, the captain poll is coming along nicely. It's 73% Salah, 14% Palmer, 9% Isak, and 5% other. Salah is clear for the captain. Absolutely clear. Charlie says, Merry Christmas, Dan. Almost, my friend, almost. Merry Christmas to you as well. Nixie says so he can copy your transfer. Hey, you never know. Right. What you said to me, Brad. What you got here? I love knowing who you've picked in your transfer. Well, my friend, I appreciate the super chat. And we all have our different loves. So I won't criticize yours nor anyone else's. This is my team. So I've moved Verbruggen to Raya, as I said I would. And I did mention this on Twitter, but I haven't said it in any videos. That I've moved Ait-Nouri to Castagne. And there we have it. My final team. Ta-da! What do you think? Looks pretty good, right? Rafa says, Robertson, risky or bench and play Gvardiol? I would play Gvardiol over Robertson, yeah. Jack Rutherford says, is a straight swap from Timber to Gabriel for free luxury, or is it a good move? I have Raya and Saka already. I think it is luxury, to be fair. There's nothing wrong with Timber. I think, you know, even if... The one concern with Timber is he might miss one match. Is that worth 4 points to you? If you have a couple of free transfers, I would consider it. But also, Timber is cheaper than Gabriel, so maybe having that money might help you elsewhere. So I would say, yeah, yes, it is luxury, but if you've got a few free transfers and money lying around with not much to spend it on, then I would consider making the move. But it is luxury, yeah. But it's not always a bad thing. Sometimes you can afford to make luxury moves. There we have it. Right, should we put the bench list back on? I think we should. So, Bruno Fernandes would go... For me, I mean, he's got to go above all the cheap guys, right? I think so. I would maybe put him in this kind of area. Like, if you have Bruno, you play him. Why is Gomez that low? He has 0 attacking threat, and he plays against one of the best attacks in the league. I think it's pretty straightforward, that one. Would I start Verbruggen or Fabianski? I still think I'd start Verbruggen. Alright, Matoma. I'll add Matoma. Do you think Smith Rowe will start tomorrow? Yes, I do. And that's because Andreas Pereira is out. So I think Smith Rowe will start. Right. Who did I say I was going to put on? Matoma, and I want to put on Mbeumo as well. So Mitoma would go reasonably high, but not crazy high. I think on form, you'd probably back Ahmad over him. Or would you? Now, you know what? Bournemouth for decent defence. I'm going to put Mitoma here. And Mbeumo would go higher because he's a penalty taker. But nothing crazy high. Here we go. I'm going to put him here. There you go. Gaston says, think more about Rodgers instead of Enzo. Mate, like, honestly, if you want to go for Rodgers instead of Enzo, be my guest. But I have made my decision. Oh no, the camera's frozen again. Not this nonsense. I need to figure out how to turn this off. Okay, we're gonna have to just change this for now. We're gonna have to use this. Oh, now you can just see my camera lens. Alright, let's move you to the side. There we go. The problem is with this backup camera that I have, it always makes me look like a little red. Look a little bit embarrassed. Like I'm embarrassed to be using this camera. Right, but anyway. New day, new camera. Right, where were we? No bench list for goalkeepers. No, not this week. We've done defenders instead this week because there's so many defenders to talk about. But we can still do some more attackers. Smith Rowe. He can be thrown on here, I think. A lot of people still have him. And I think I'd be tempted to play him. In some of the better fixtures, Smith Rowe has really come alive. He seems to be so fixture dependent, Smith Rowe. But at the same time, his data is woeful. Because of the poor form, I'm not going to put him crazy high. But I feel like he does deserve to be above some of these players. I would maybe place him here. Nick Isle says, hi Dan, 70 points -4 in Gameweek 16. My team is Flecken, Trent, Gabriel, Hall, Robinson, Salah, Palmer, Saka, Enzo, Jackson, Cunha, Ait-Nouri, sold for Robinson. Need 1 million for Isak. Wow. I don't think you do. I think you just stick with what you got. Yeah. No, I don't think I would rush to buy Isak necessarily this week. I think you're fine. I don't know who you'd sell to get Isak anyway, to be honest, Nikyle. Looking good, my friend. Right, Solanke has not been mentioned yet. Luca wants Solanke in here. He would go pretty low, if I'm totally honest. I would still put him ahead of like some of the weaker defenders, weaker midfielders. But he would go really low this week. A lot of you guys are asking bench-related questions, by the way, guys. And a lot of your bench-related questions are answered by what you see on screen. So we do this every week, guys. If you are new to the streams, if you have a bench-related questions, you look on the list here. And you look for your players that you're thinking about playing and thinking about benching. If you're wondering who to start, look for your players on these lists and play the one that is higher up. The little explainer down there as well, if you need it. Kirkes, where is Kirkes? Is on the defender side. We have moved things around a little bit today. Is Isak a must-have? He is good, but I don't think he is an 100% must-have. He's like a 90% must-have, which is pretty high. Harry says, just want to say thanks, Dan, for the bench list last week. Had me play Ahmad over Rodgers, made me 13 points. Amazing. I'm glad to hear it, Harry. Also, I don't know if anyone else benefited from this, but the bench list had Hall over Ait-Nouri. And a lot of people were questioning Hall over Ait-Nouri, but I stuck with my guns on the bench list. That was a difference of 17 points. So hopefully a few of you guys do benefit from the bench list. Akshan says, play Kirkes or bring in Castagne/Robinson. If you have a free transfer, I would bring in Castagne. If you have a free transfer. Why Hall over Colwill? Attacking threat, basically. Colwill has none of it. Not even bonus point potential. And Hall, I don't know. Hall just has that. Hall just has that attacking threat that just increases the ceiling, which I think makes enough of a difference. If you want to just play it super safe, then go for Colwill, because Colwill has a better chance of a clean sheet. But if you want a chance of a mega Hall, Hall is your guy. Hall. Makes sense. Mikhail says, thanks. Cunha to score a hat-trick with his new specs. Yeah. That's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to pop those. I don't have any glasses. Cunha's coming for me. Cunha is coming for me, guys. This is why I wear contact lenses, because I'm afraid of Cunha. In fact, I don't have Cunha in my FPL team. So if I just go to the stadium, contact lenses and glasses at the same time. I'm not the one, by the way. If I go to the stadium like, yoo-hoo, Mateus, come and get me. Come and get me, Mateus. It might distract him off the pitch and he'll come and get me instead of scoring goals and ruining my game week. Right. Ali says, who do you prefer for this week, for this game week, Verbruggen or Fabianski? I prefer Verbruggen. I would play Verbruggen over Fabianski this week. Scott says, hi Dan, Raul to João for -4. Oh, no, I don't think so. Raul Jimenez got a decent chance of scoring this week. But so is João Pedro, in fairness. But I like both. Stick with what you've got on that one, I think. You meant the opposite. Okay. Yeah, still, no. No, I wouldn't do it. Not for a -4. If you did it for free, it would be an extraordinarily luxury move, but I would understand it more. But certainly not for a -4. That's the kind of transfer move I'd make if I had like 3 free transfers and not much else to do. So no, Scott, I don't think I would. Mitoma is on the... Did I not put Mitoma on the bench list? Yeah, he's on there. He's on there. Paredes says, quick pros and cons, Robinson versus Castagne. Okay, we did do this earlier in the stream, but I will summarise. Right. Robinson versus Castagne. So on Robinson's side, the pros are he is a player in form, which is nice. And he has good assist threat and good creativity. So in form, good creativity. On Castagne's side, he has better goal threat than Robinson. And he is 0.6 million cheaper. And I think a lot of people will assume, you know, I'll go for Robinson, he's more secure. I don't think Robinson is any more secure than Castagne right now. I think if you're looking for minutes, there are no other right backs available at the moment for Fulham. Castagne will just play every game. In fact, is there any other left backs at Fulham? It might actually be that the Castagne is even more. I mean, obviously Robinson's never going to get benched because he's you know, super fit guy, can play every game. But you kind of get my point. Castagne is just as nailed as Robinson, the same. So it really comes down to, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the safe and reliable, consistent, creative threat, or do you like that occasional goal that can get you that mega score? Both have their merits, both probably balance out. And if they both balance out, then we look at price. And a 0.6 million difference is significant. That is the difference between being able to upgrade your 4.5 million goalkeeper to Raya or not, potentially. You know, that could make the difference. It could make the difference of who you can upgrade Rodgers to. If Rodgers continues to be poor and you want to upgrade him, it might allow you to go for an Ismail Assar. If you need to play your assistant manager chip, having that extra 0.6 million freed up might allow you to purchase a manager that you prefer. So I think that 0.6 million does make a difference. So for me, because I personally I'm not like a super risk-averse FPL manager, so I don't mind going for a more exciting high upside pick like Castagne, rather than a reliable ticking along points kind of player like Robinson. I'm happy with that. And because I consider both of those sides equal, I can just look at the price. And Castagne is cheap enough compared to Robinson where I'm happy to just go there. So I prefer Castagne, but we'll leave that. We'll leave it there. That is my preference. And that's why I've bought Castagne this week rather than Robinson. I was probably a little longer-winded than I'd hoped. Ahmad or Enzo for the long run, Dan? I think Ahmad is just looking like the guy at the moment, so I would go for him. Is Rodgers or Semenyo a higher priority sell? I would sell Semenyo before Rodgers. Who will start, Jota or Nunez? I think Darwin Nunez will start this week. I don't think Jota is quite ready for a start yet, but we'll see. Ahmad or Eze this round? Eze is unavailable, as Eze is injured, so he is not a player to transfer in. We don't know how long he's going to be out, maybe a couple of game weeks. Borlak has reminded everyone to leave a like. Yes, please do leave a like. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Would you free transfer Evan Nilsson to Raul? No, I wouldn't. I'm actually not as hot on Raul Jimenez as maybe some other people are. I'm a little bit worried about his minutes because Muniz has been coming off the bench, reducing Raul's minutes and scoring. So I think a Raul benching is coming. I think it is coming. Bench Hall or Enzo? I think I'd back the attacker. To be fair. Best long-term goalkeeper, Raya or Alisson? Already have double Liverpool and Arsenal. I would say Raya. I mean, I've transferred in Raya this week, to be fair. Strand Larson or Vardy? I would play Strand Larson. Bench Ahmad or Chris Wood? I think I'll bench Ahmad. I mean, looking at the bench list. Paredes says, point of keeping Dino the Troll, game week 20 onwards. Maybe you could keep him for fixtures later down the line, but to be honest, he's probably going to be sold for Munoz for me. A lot of the bench-related questions that you guys are answering, remember, guys, are on screen right now, are resolved on screen. So do check out the bench list. Fabianski or Sanchez? Definitely Sanchez this week. 100% Sanchez. Jacob Murphy is not on the bench list, is he? We can be a little more liberal with players like Jacob Murphy, I suppose. Would I play him? Would I start him? Honestly, maybe, but he wouldn't be really high for me. Flecken or Sells? I need an answer. It's too hard. I think I would always back Sells over Flecken. Flecken's got like 2 clean sheets since joining Brentford. Something crazy like that. Maybe it's 4. Does anyone know how many clean sheets Flecken has had since joining Brentford in the Premier League? It's not very many. It's like 4 or 5, I think. Fabianski or Flecken? That's a tougher one. Oh, I think I would. That is a tough one. I'll go for Fabianski because I think both teams will concede, but Fabianski should face more shots. Andy just got a grand from KSI. It's just not fair, man. I don't want a grand. Andy doesn't need a grand. He's got loads of money. He's got a huge YouTube channel. What about the little guys? Littler guys. I guess it's not exactly a small YouTube channel these days, FPL Mate, but it's still smaller. Einar on the bench list. Einar is already on the bench list. He is on the defender's side. Vardy or Pedro. I think I would back. I still think I back Pedro. I still think I back João Pedro. Money goes to money. That's right, Bulk the villain. The rich stay rich. That's how it works. Press says, cheers for another great live content. Come on, you Gunners. Come on, you Gunners, indeed. Another big win this week, I suppose. Or I hope, anyway. The late kickoff today, isn't it? So it'll be on television. So many games tomorrow, by the way. How many players have I got playing today? I've got 2 Newcastle players, 1 Brighton player, and 3 Arsenal players. So 6. It's half my team. Half today, half tomorrow. A lovely split down the middle. Lovely. Cliver on the bench list. Yeah, easy. Probably not where you wanted to see him, but that's where he is. Without penalties, he is nothing. Right, Gordon on the bench list. Yeah, go on then. Oh, go on then. I'm going to put him here. Lost Aussie says, what about the little guys? Answering one question would be good. What do you mean answering one question? This is crazy. People think when I'm chatting, I'm not answering questions. Everything that is coming out of my mouth is a direct response to something that you guys have said in the chat, including this. But there's a lot. I know it's like, you know, it is rough when you're trying to get your question answered. But even if I can't answer all of you directly, and there is a lot of you asking questions, I do try and answer where I can. But what you say in the chat does influence where the conversation goes as well. Even if I can't answer things directly, the things you speak about in the chat do influence the direction the conversation takes. So hopefully should be useful. Lost 16 weeks first response. There you go, my friend. You've had 2. Now you've had 2. Like London buses, they all come at once. But no, I honestly, I say this very often. I can only apologise for not being able to answer all of you constantly. But we're so close to the deadline here. Saka to Bruno, no way, Mahir. Castagne or Van Dijk, I would start Castagne, I think. But it is close between them. Cunha will play right, probably, but not definitely. Castagne or Saliba? I would play Saliba. I would play Saliba over Castagne. All Arsenal defenders, I would play above anyone else. That is number 1. Smith Rowe is already on the bench list. Kirkes or Anderson? I would play Anderson. Smee said I had to pay for my response. Hey, business is business. Show team gang? Yeah, okay. Are we happy? Are we done with the bench list? Take a screenshot because it's going. Bench list is being removed from your screen so get ready to take a screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's gone. It's gone, guys. Hopefully we answered. Dan Cross says, if you have defenders costing 5.5 million plus, I'd argue never bench them. It's a good point, but I think there are some exceptions. I'd maybe say I would play a Robinson over Van Dijk this week. You're not going to agree because you're a Liverpool fan, though. Right. There you go, guys. That is my final team. Let me just make sure it's saved. It is. Captain in the right place. Everything is looking very good and trendy. And awesome. We are not quite locked yet, but we will be in 1 second. The team is shown. The show team gang will be happy. And the deadline is passed. Full-time whistle, anyone? The deadline is passed. Merry deadline. The final game week pre-Christmas. And we are here. Congratulations, guys. For yet another. I don't know. Actually, I feel like it's been a little stress-free this game week. If I was a Cunha owner, it would be a very high-stress game week. But I think even Cunha owners are probably feeling a little more chilled at this point. There we have it. So we see what the final results of the captain poll was. See what you guys did here. Salah 74%. That is a lot. Palmer 13%, Isak 8%, and other 4%. Yeah, it's all about Salah captain this week, guys. Dan Cross says, yeah, it's a bit of a generalisation, but for the Joe blogs, it's an okay rule. I do agree with you. It's kind of similar, like if you're just looking for those catch-all rules. Always play your super expensive defenders. Always play your premium, so you know you're not benching Saka. Or, you know, even if Saka's not performing, you're not going to bench him for like a Rodgers or an Ahmad, no matter what. Pretty much, not in every case, but in most cases. Then you've got like back the attacker, another good rule of thumb. And these all work. User says, what tricks do you have up your sleeve, Daniel? Show real team. Honestly, mate, I've been so good with the show team gang this year. I'm saving up all my tricks for April Fool's week. Let's actually see if is there going to be an FPL deadline on April Fool's Day? April Fool's Day 2025. It's a Tuesday. We're going to have to do April Fool's week. So, should we do the week before or... before or after? I don't know. Well, around April Fool's Day, we'll do a big old fun trick. COYG says, let me on stream so I can tear you a new one, you wrongin'. Oh, charming young man. Lovely. I don't think I'm going to let you on my stream. No, get out of here. This is my stream. This is my town. This is my town. It's my town, and I wear the crown. Yeah, you want some, mate? You want to mess with the king? You want to mess with the king in his own live stream? It ain't happening, mate. You stay there on the other side of the screen. And I'm going to give you a yellow card for that. But one more, son, and you're off. I make the rules around here, big boy. Not you. There's a deadline on April Fool's Day. No way. Surely not. Surely not. Because it's midweek. How can that be true? Apparently you couldn't hack it, bruv. Okay. Well, for your absolute waffle, that's a second that's a second yellow, and you're off. And you're off, son. See you later. You're in a timeout for 24 hours. You've got a 1-day suspension. But I'll see you back next week, and we'll see what you got. Goodbye. Gameweek 30 deadline. How can we see that? Because it's not going to... Can I see the fixtures? It's not going to work, is it? No, games updating will be available soon. Yeah, how do we even find that out? There is football on April the 1st. All right. April 1st, 2025 fixtures. Go, maybe look here. Does show the match days. So we need April. Oh my. Oh my lord. This is the Christmas gift I dreamed of. I can't believe this. What are the chances like that there's only like 2 midweek game weeks in the entire season, and one of them is going to be on April 1st. Oh my word, we are going to cook up. We're going to cook up a troll like no other. I probably shouldn't be telling you this. Okay, guys, if you're in the chat now and you join in on the stream on April 1st, if you're back for the April 1st stream, I know it's like in a few months' time, so you probably forget, but I want all of you guys who are here, if you're in that stream, to play along. Play along with that with the prank. Join in and play along. We'll know it's an April Fool. But don't spoil it, because we're gonna get some people, and I'll try and make sure it's nothing. I won't do anything destructive. I'm not gonna like I'm not going to like recommend. I'm not going to do something horrible like recommend people bring in a really bad player. I'm not going to like try and ruin other people's FPL experiences. Unless they're part of the show team gang. Now, people who just copy FPL teams blindly, I'm more happy to play a little trick. You guys seem like you're on board. I love that. I absolutely love that. All right, we're in this together. We're gonna do this, man. We're gonna do this. We're gonna play a decent trick. And for those people who do copy FPL teams blindly, and I bet you there's people like that in your mini league right now, and you want to get some revenge on them, don't you? You want to get some revenge on the people in your mini leagues who just copy FPL creators blindly. April 1st, we will do that. I'm excited, man. It's like months away. It's 3 months away. I should be excited for Christmas or my birthday or, I don't know, to watch the football today or to get some green arrows. But no, I'm excited because on April 1st, we are going to do a massive prank on the show team gang. How far can I go? I've got some ideas. Okay, I've got an idea. I've got an idea. I just need to make sure. In fact, I'm gonna write this down now. So I don't forget. April Fool's 2025 prank idea. Right. Cool. I got it. I think I've got the idea. Right, we'll go there. We'll go there. It's gonna be hopefully a situation where unless you are a true show team gang member, you'll be fine. Because I really don't want to like damage anyone else. But I think we can do something good. I think you'll forget, not us. I don't think I'll forget, man. I don't think I'll forget. Because I love a good prank. I consider myself a bit of a trickster. A bit of a prankmeister general. You know, one of them. But we'll leave that there. I don't want to reveal anything else. Los Hobbitos says, can viewers also troll a bit in the chat without getting yellow cards? The thing is, I don't like, you know, when you say troll in the chat, I don't like things like fake team news. Because I think it's damaging. I don't want to do anything that's damaging to genuine FPL managers. I think that's a bit harsh. So maybe not. We're still going to have to give out yellow and red cards for misbehaviour. You forgot the goose costume in Stick to FPL. What? Who has to wear the goose costume? Sim's worn it twice now. Hectic Mate says, I just joined in and the first thing I see is Dan holding his head. I thought the whole game we got called off. Nah, not quite. You can say you're Captain Anthony. I could, couldn't I? I could. First say you won't ruin people's FPL, then go ahead and do it. I'm on board. I'm not going to ruin people. The only people's FPL weeks who might be ruined is members of the show team gang. Genuine FPL managers will be fine. Oh yeah, I did have it on the week after, Kabalash. Z says, Dan, I recommended Maguire and Patson Daka to a lad in the comments and you removed the comment. Is that a yellow or no? Did I don't remember removing that comment, but Yeah, that seems justifiable for a yellow card. You can have a yellow for that. Congratulations. Because that's terrible, terrible FPL advice. But I mean, to be honest, I don't think people blindly take FPL advice from the chat. They might take things into consideration, but I don't think people blindly do it. Hectic. I'm not going to cross any lines, man. I have some social responsibility. Oh, speaking of social responsibility, I need to probably need to announce this now. We are going to get team news in like a few minutes. However, so next week, a week from today, is there a deadline a week from today? On the 28th? No, there actually isn't, is there? Is 29th the deadline? I'm trying to figure things out here. Or is the 27th? So the next deadline is the 26th. And then the deadline after that would be the 29th, right? Yeah. Okay. So, is that right? Yeah, because there's like no time between the... It's like 3 days. Less than 3 days, really. Well, not quite, but still. So yeah, on the 28th, so in a week's time, Saturday the 28th, I am going to be doing a charity stream. We do it every single year on the 28th of December. And we're going to be raising some money for mental health charities. So hopefully I will see a few of you guys there, because I think that won't be the next time I stream. I will stream on the 26th. For the Game Week 18 deadline. But then after that, the next stream after that will be a charity stream where we'll be answering your questions around FPL, hopefully raising a little bit of money, and just having a good chill time and just talking FPL, relaxing, talking a little bit about mental health and how we can improve things, and we can share stories and stuff like that. And it'll just be a bit of a more good vibes, good vibes, good times, happy place, mostly positive, uplifting, with FPL on the side there, but a little bit more human. We'll do a little bit more of a human thing. So yeah, hopefully I'll see a few of you guys there. Masterman says I want a red card. Why? Ever since I brought in the yellow and red card system, seems like people want a red card. You know, a red card gets you permanently muted. Not actually, it's not always permanent. Depends how bad your offense is. If you could get a football ban from a red card if your foul is significant enough. I don't know why you'd want a red card. A red card, at the very least, you're going to get banned for the rest of this stream. Kabalash says it's cool to get the cards even though it's bad. You guys are bad boys. That's your problem. You're absolute bad boys. Right. So we need Man City team news. Have they posted it? Man City and Villa. Up the Villa. Have Aston Villa posted their team news yet? Oh, here we go, Bab. The attention is worth it, I guess. Yeah. Right, there we go. Squad for Man City: Ortega, Lewis, Stones, Akanji, Gavardio, Kovacic, Gundogan, Bernardo, Foden, Grealish, Haaland. That actually doesn't look that bad. Scott Tidd says, get in Dan's charity stream, you mates. Yes. Get in Dan's charity stream, you mates. Alright, so I just need to change my draft team because I do have Savinho in my draft. I wonder if I should just sell him at this point. Let's change. So it's just Savinho I have from Man City, other than Foden, who is starting, which is nice. And Villa, Show me your team. Up the Villa. Martinez, Cash, Konsa, Power, Dina, Kamara, Onana, Tillemans, McGinn, Rogers. Where's Watkins? Right, Watkins is on the bench. Watkins is on the bench. Man, Watkins just seems like finished as an FPL option right now, doesn't he? Like, it's really not looking good, bruv. It really is not. Right, let's throw Garnacho on here. Alright, I'm happy with my draft team. Yeah. Is there any Watkins owners left? What's his ownership like in FPL? Is it still high? Can't be crazy high, right? I think a lot of people have sold him by this point. Man. Well, there you go. That is the deadline gone. And yeah, the major casualties. Scott says, sorry not been in the chat today, been listening while driving back for Christmas. Where are you driving back to, Scott? Where's home for you? Yeah, the noteworthy absentees, I suppose, are Watkins, and then from Man City, I guess Savinho, De Bruyne, Doku. I don't know, man. I look at this team and this Man City team, and it doesn't actually look that bad compared to what it's looked like recently. OG says, what videos are next for FPL Mate and stick to FPL ahead of next game week's deadline? Okay, so yeah, basically next week, all of the videos will be shifted back well, I guess technically forward. They'll be moved forward or back, depending on which way you look at it, by 1 day. So on Tuesday, we usually do buy, sell, keep, avoid, but this week it's going to be on Monday. Then on Tuesday, we're going to have 100 experts. Wednesday will be my team selection. Thursday will be final decisions. So everything's going to be knocked back a day and, brought forward a day. And Stick to FPL will also be out on Monday instead of Tuesday. So everything is 1 day earlier. Every piece of content, regular piece of content we do every week is going to be 1 day earlier next week. So you're still going to get everything. And yeah, it's not really going to make too much of a difference in terms of video scheduling in the build up to the game week. Because the game week starts on is it Thursday or Friday? Can't remember what weekday it is, but it's on the 26th, which would be a Thursday. So there you have it, guys. We need to know what you got for Christmas, though. I will let you know. I'm sure there might be a few football shirts in there, so I will let you know. Right, anyway, guys. We will leave it there. North Derbyshire, by the way, Scott. Nice. I've never been. Right, okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today for another deadline stream. Like I say, we'll be back for Buy, Sell, Keep, Avoid. Will be on Monday. I'm recording the podcast tomorrow, so that will also be up on Monday. And then regular content, man. Next stream, there won't be a reaction stream or a early thoughts stream this week because there's just not time because I'll be recording the pod. But the next stream, I suppose, will be after Christmas on the 26th, right? Yeah. Unless I do a stream on... No, it will be on the 26th. Yeah, mad. Okay, right. Well, in that case, guys, if you only watch the streams, hopefully some of you guys watch the videos as well. But if you are just a stream-only kind of guy and I don't see you in a video between now and Christmas, Merry Christmas, guys. Have a great festive period if you do celebrate. And, yeah, enjoy, spend time with friends, family. Don't get too drunk. Or do, up to you, and enjoy the football. Guys, appreciate you as always. Let's go, Game Week 17. Green Arrow's coming, hopefully. Viva la Castagne, and I will see you later, mates. Sunday, no video. Monday, videos. See ya then. Bye-bye. Bye.